So now we'll start how we will read our book. So lesson 4, love that chocolate. Starter kit. All children love to eat candies. Wait, because there is a full stop. What is your favorite candy? It is a question mark. So you have to read it as a question. What is your favorite candy? Work with your partner in the group and make a list of the different candies you and other in your group love to eat. So there are different candies, gems, Mentos and melodies. I told you in my earlier video. Now get it. Often children twist their nose away from the milk. Again full stop, wait for a while, then start reading. But a drop but drop a spoonful of powdered chocolate into their milk. They will snatch the glass from your hand and gulp it down at once. What is the meaning of gulp? Drink quickly in large amount. The best birthday gift they would love to have is a box of candies or chocolate bar. Not only children, even grown-ups love that chocolate for its mouth-watering aroma. Aroma means pleasant smell, a very good smell. Now, where does all this chocolates come from? Again a question mark. So, where does this chocolate come from? We're going to read it. So, the chocolate comes from the cocoa tree. Which tree? Yes, the chocolates come from the cocoa tree which is grown in tropics. It grows best in coastal areas. The chief production area are West Africa, you have to pause for a minute, the West Indies and South America. More than half of the world coca comes from West Africa. The trees are grown from seeds and have to be raised carefully as they are very delicate. When young, they need protection from direct sun and wind. They are provided the shade of other trees which also act as windbreak. So they protect them. I told you in my earlier video. Cacao tree do not bear their full crops until they are about 12 to 15 years old. When grown on plantation, they are pruned. Pruned means trimmed or cutting to 25 feet. In the wild, they can grow to 50 feet and live about 60 years. A feature of tree is that the flowers grow on the trunk, not on the branches of the tree. The flowers grow throughout the year. When the fruit is ripe, again, you have to wait. Large reddish brown pods hang all over it. It takes about 6 months for the pods to ripen. The ripened pods are 6 to 10 inches long. Each pod contains 20 to 40 seeds beans. They are about the size of almonds. Almond means badam. Okay. So comes the next page here. There are usually two harvests during the year, one large and one small. The pods are harvested whenever they ripe. The picker uses a sharp knife to cut the ripe pods from the tree. The pods are collected into the heaps and are then split open in dough to remove the beans. At this stage, the beans are covered with a thick white pulp. They don't have the same mouth-watering flavor you discover when you bite into a chocolate cookie. A lot of processing is to be needed to get the marvelous chocolate taste. First of all, the pulp has to be removed from the beans. The bittering tasting seeds and pulp are heated on a plate or placed in the hot sun. The heat turns the pulp into liquid that is drained from the beans. After the beans are thoroughly dried, they turn a dark chocolate color and are shipped to candy factories all over the world. The flavor from these beans is similar to the sweet smell of chocolate in a candy bar. However, the beans are not ready yet to eat. Chocolate at last. When chocolate beans arrive at factories, they are cleaned thoroughly. Then they are roasted in a revolving oven which cracks them. The shells are removed with the help of a current of air. Now we are left with edible piece called nibs. The nibs contain about 54% fat called cake, caca butter, cocoa butter. It is also known as caca butter, but we pronounce it as coca butter. They are ground between roller with free the fat which is of a brown color. The fat is then treated in powerful place which turns into a hard cake. Some of the fat is allowed to squeeze out of the press. The hard cake is thus crushed and shifted to the familiar brown cocoa powder. In the manufacturing of eating chocolate, the roasted nibs are crushed, mixed with sugar and made it into a paste. Dried cow milk is added to the mixture and the milk chocolate has to be made. Usually, vanilla or other mouthing flavors are added. Machine turns the paste into thin, dry flakes. These flakes are then put it in a big oblong throws. In each of these throws, a granite roller is pushed backward and forward for several days. The chocolate now becomes a fine, rich liquid. Thus, this liquid is then run into a polished mold where it is left to solidify. When the mold is given a gentle tap, the solid blocks come out. Chocolate in your diet. Chocolate bars are a good source of minerals and vitamin B. They added a lot of calories to your diet. One small chocolate bar has about the same number of chocolate calories of 2 bananas or 150 gram of cheese. But chocolate like coffee contain caffeine. Caffeine is a kind of drug which can keep you awake when your body needs rest. So be aware. Don't eat too much of chocolate. Chocolate conquers the world. When Columbus returned from his voyages to Central America in the 16th century, he brought back to Spain some coca beans and also the secret of a drink made by the Exetes who lived there. The drink was made from crushed cocoa beans in water. It was known as cocoa lattil. The Exetes drank it cold. The flavor it with spices and seasoned it with pepper. The Spaniards prepared their drink in a similar way, but mixed it with sugar instead of pepper. They kept the secret of drink for about 100 years. Then in the 17th century, the knowledge of this wonderful drink spread to France and the rest of Europe. It became popular drink among the rich. Chocolate house sprang up. Sprang up means developed, grew quickly or suddenly all over the London and Europe cities. Around 1700, the English improved the drink by adding milk to it. In the beginning, chocolate was used in drinks in the form of powder or only. In the middle of 19th century, chocolate began to be made for eating and for coating sweets. In 1876, the Swiss learned how to blend milk with milk and sugar with chocolates. Thus, they made milk chocolate, which has no, which has now conquered the world. So you will read your book as I have read it. Where there is a full stop, you have to wait. Where there are the commas, you have to wait for a minute. Okay, so you will keep your Peter pointer. This finger is known as Peter pointer. While reading, you have to drag your Peter pointer and you will read it, the whole chapter. So I have explained the chapter in my first video. This is for reading. Okay, thank you class. Have a nice day.